What's up everybody, it's Lucas. Today we are making some hummus. I started tinkering with this and learning how to make this after a trip that I took to Israel a few years ago with my brother and my dad. And afterward I came home and I tried the store-bought hummus and it was nothing like what I had on the trip. So I started tinkering around with it and now I've come up with a recipe that I love and I want to show you guys how to make it. For this recipe, I'm going to use just regular canned garbanzo beans. One thing I make sure when I'm buying these is to make sure to get the ones with no sugar added and try to get as few ingredients as possible. It is better to make these yourself from garbanzo beans, but that usually takes about 24 hours and I want you guys to be able to do this in your kitchens, and so I want to use the canned garbanzo beans, which is what most people might have in their pantry or you can buy easily from the store. For this hummus, what I like to do is I'll drain the brine from one can of garbanzo beans and then keep the brine in the hummus for the second can. And what this does is gives you a good consistency. You don't want it to be too dry or too runny. The reason I want to keep the brine from one can and not the other is to make sure that the consistency of the hummus is smooth. From tinkering with this recipe, I found that draining one can and keeping the brine in the other is the perfect consistency. All right, next we're gonna add some garlic. I like to do 2 cloves because my family is a big fan of garlic and so we use it generously around this household. If you don't like it as much, you can limit it to 1 or maybe even go without it, but we like to have a good bit in it. So we're just gonna start by cutting the root down. And then you smash it with the blade of the knife and then it makes it really easy to peel. There's a lot of quote unquote kitchen hacks out there that'll help you with peeling garlic. I don't like those because garlic is really easy to peel, so why make something easy, difficult, few word trick do? Yeah. So we're not gonna even bother with chopping up this garlic because the food processor is gonna get it anyway, and so we don't have to mince it, we don't have to do anything with it, just toss it in the food processor. And then you add the tahini. We didn't forget this the first time. We always remember the tahini. All right, next we're going to add a pinch or 2 of coarse sea salt here. I'm just gonna do a pinch, 1 pinch for now, and add more if needed. And put some pepper. And I like to add a little bit of olive oil here at the start and then more later, so that way I can add it as needed for the consistency. And then we're gonna add the juice of 1 lemon. So I'm just gonna cut it down the middle. All right, then we're going to start the food processor, run it for a little bit, and then add a few more things. Now I'm gonna set this to run for a few minutes, and while I have it running, I'm gonna pour in additional olive oil, and then the secret ingredient, which is a few ice cubes. And what that's gonna do is that it's gonna help the consistency be really fluffy, almost like a smoothie or a milkshake kind of a texture, but with the hummus, and it's gonna end up really, really good. All right, so I'm gonna taste this and see if it needs anything else. Ooh, it looks really good. Oh, that's really good. Mom, you should come try this.
Absolutely.
All right. It does not need anything else, so we'll be going on to the plating portion. So for the plating, I just scooped some hummus into the bowl, added some olive oil on top, and then I like to garnish it with a leaf of parsley, black olive, and then sprinkle some paprika over the top. Ooh, maybe some salt too. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, make sure you hit that big red subscribe button that's somewhere down there. And if you're on Instagram, our link is right here. I'm gonna wrap this up now because I want to eat some more hummus.
Mom, you have to come try this.
Mom, you have to come try. Mom, you have to come. Ah! Oh, that's so good. Mom, you get to. Mom, come try this. It's good? Mm-hmm. I have the approval of the sponsor. It is really good. I'm gonna try one more.